Hi everyone, welcome to my channel for a new video. So this is a small post-tournament update that I wanted to make. I did it in French and then I realized I didn't do it in English, and it might be a bit hard for you to follow my changes, the choice that I made for my ETC list, because when this video is going to be released, the ETC lists are going to be known and you're going to see that I'm going to play Infernal Dwarfs instead of Ogre Khan that I played in the recent months, and you might ask yourself, why did I make this choice? So yeah, it's also a good occasion for me to make a bit of analysis in the middle of the year to see what I played, what worked well, what didn't work well. So I took my usual result tracking table. You see highlighted in red, so not the font, but like the background in red in the square. You see that's my game played with Infernal Dwarfs beginning of the year. Then I switch in blue are the game with Ogre Khan. And basically what I played, I start the year with Infernal Dwarfs, big block, also Kadims, 2 units of 6 Kadims. Yeah, I had mixed result, but enjoyed it, and then start to have a bad trend. You see toward a couple of bad results here, which were a bit unusual, so it didn't work that well. Then I switched to Ogre Khan. We thought with the team, there might be potential with Ogre Khan. They can field a lot of power on the table. And you saw the beginning went really well for me. I have a lot of good result, really everything well. And then it started to not work so well. I had, like you see here, 2 losses, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a lot of losses, and I didn't really find any more the solution on the table. While I was trying to, I started with more combat approach, and then I went toward the mixed arm with trying out the crossbow, the cannons and stuff, which didn't work that well. And I think it's also, yeah, like a display of what works well for Ogre Khan this year, and it's more around fielding a lot of combat unit more than trying to find something more mixed arm, more standoff-ish, we could say, which is, as you know, the type of list that I like, who have a good control of the table and are more reactive than active, more counter pushing than starting to push, which is more my style until now. That's what I've played mainly, and that's where I also have, I would say, the most success is with this, when I'm able to apply this type of game plan. So not saying that's the best, just what suits me, what I'm feeling I'm doing quite okay. I'm able to defend well, but finding the opening to attack is not that easy when you're playing a full combat army, and not something made for everybody. So yeah, after that, we thought maybe let's switch back to Infernal Dwarfs, because that was the point where a new style of list started to emerge around a lot of bodies on the table, very MSU. It's something that was designed in France, and I took that and tried to play with it to see if I can have some success. And also I had a general feeling when doing, because I played a lot of online tournament, as you can see, and I had a general feeling that I struggled with Ogre Khan to get clear green matchup. I had a lot of playable matchup, but not so many clear green. I felt like the historic green, like Vermin Swarm or Vampire Covenant, were actually not that green anymore. So I also had a bit of an issue to really see the value of Ogre Khan for team playing. There's definitely some good values, because I think they can field a lot of bodies on the table. But that was another problem for my type of list, the mixed arm list, which I think is not that strong in the meta. So that's my opinion on it. Some might disagree with me, and it's totally fine. I think it's also a question of feeling, and yeah, how do you feel with the list? Do you feel confident with it? Do you have success? Do you know how to play it, how to take advantage from it? And I felt a lot of my recent games with Ogre Khan were a bit uphill battle, where I had to play really well to try to go towards a small win, rather than being really on the front foot and having very positive matchup. So that was also, everything combined together pushed me towards Infernal Dwarfs. I went toward this list, which since, because if you look at this video, it's changed slightly towards the version. I improved slightly for my ETC list. I'm going to talk to you about basically this guy here, the Prophet, Master of Pyromancy. I think some great synergies with the list. So you see the list is around 4 War Machine, 2 times Rocket Battery, 2 times Naphtha Thrower, 3 of them Rocket Battery, or 3 of them Gunnery Team, sorry. Then you have 3 units of Immortal, only 15 of them, a unit of Lugar, and then core is full of Vassal. Basically, that's the idea. We have a Fighty BSB with the Flame of the East, that is really great. And then we have Master of Pyro plus the Golden Need of Shalmut, which gives me another possibility to have Flaming Sword. So in some matchup, I can go double Flaming Sword, or I can just get another spell instead of Flaming Sword with the Master. What I changed since I got rid of the Great Weapon to spare 20 points, I paid 1-up on the Prophet, because I think it's very key for him to have a good defense. Because I realized in my game that with only like a 3-up or 2-up is targeted a lot. Basically the character are key to give a bodyguard to the Immortal, and they are key to survive because of the magic and the BSB and the stuff. So yeah, they are quite important. So that's why I tweaked that a little bit. I kept the 1-up obviously on the BSB, and the rest stayed pretty much the same. I think I switched like a banner and core, but you see how that goes. So yeah, I like the list. A lot of unit on the table. It's full infantry, and I know that I said a couple of months ago that I wasn't a fan of only infantry, but I think that changed a bit with the amount of threat on the table. There are a lot of units, and what I played a couple of months ago, I ended up playing with Infernal Dwarf like with 3 or 4 infantry block only, and I think here having a bit more bodies on the table is definitely something that I like better. And yeah, I think the list is pretty solid. I like what it does. I didn't tweak it that much because I didn't have so much practice with it since the moment I took it and until the release of the ETC list, but I felt it's quite interesting. It's very solid on table. It has a lot of units, and it's often for the opponent to try to break that. It's not that easy and can really go south. And then I have counter push option because my list is doing a lot of range damage. So as soon as I'm able to soften the opponent, that could be obviously an issue for them then to try to break my unit. And like always, I mean, if you try to rush that kind of list, I mean, 40 Vassal Levies, that's a lot. They are likely to remain 9 rollable leadership. You know that all dwarfs, they have the Infernal Brand, which gives them the stubborn on the first round, if not bodyguard for 2 of the unit. So basically, it's very hard to break those units, and they are very likely to hold and then be able to apply the counter charge with the amount of threat. Also, another factor is the amount of scoring unit. As you can see, 7 of them, it's a lot, but it's very good on plenty of secondary objective. I think, yeah, Spoil of War obviously can be an issue. Breakthrough, I would say, yeah, it's both. I mean, it's good to have a lot of them because it's a lot of option to break, and my scoring units are not so easy to kill. So yeah, I think that's also a factor. But yeah, I'm quite happy until now with the list. So that's all I wanted to talk to you about, just to give you a short perspective about the change I've been doing and why did I make this change for ETC this year. I don't really close the option of Ogre Khan for me. I think that could be an option for the second part of the year. After ETC, I'm still having some big tournament. The French Interregio is going to be there. That also could be an option for me to try out a bit more the combat approach of Ogre Khan. I think that's a playstyle where I need to train. It's not impossible for me. I think that could be interesting for me potentially to broaden, I would say, my toolbox by also being able to play more combat army, and it's also a bit more fun. So that could be maybe a way to go for second part of the year after ETC. We will see. But first of all, yeah, I'm going to get some training with that. So you're going to see the next couple of battle reports are going to be with this list. Some battle report I'm going to release only after ETC, because when I played against teams that are going to be at ETC, sometimes the opponents requested that I publish them after ETC. Me personally, I don't care that much because you already see plenty of my games online. So if I was about hiding stuff about my list and playstyle, I wouldn't be doing this kind of videos. But I know that for it can be a competitive advantage. I think would be an interesting discussion to have, but I think can be definitely a competitive advantage. Like for example, Italy, who have their own. They don't have new recruit, they have their own tournament management system, which gives them the opportunity to potentially keep for them the list and the result and not give too much intel to the opponent. So that's definitely, I know that a view that some part of the community have, and I know that might be for me a disadvantage to show you that much about my game, but I don't care much. I'm happy to share and just publish content because I like personally to watch battle reports, so I'm sure that you're happy to have more content and not having to wait. I could have also released nothing in July and then everything in August, but yeah, I didn't like that much the idea of having a huge break on the channel with no content for you. So basically that's why I went this way. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching this video, and yeah, enjoy the next couple of battle report. Looking forward to meet some of you at ETC. If you see me, come to say hi. I'm always happy to have a quick chat. Always happy to get some feedbacks also on the content I'm doing. So yeah, it's also always great for me to meet some of you at live events. So I'm going to be at ETC in Spain, so don't hesitate. If you see me, come and say hi. I would be happy to talk with you. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and talk to you soon on the channel. Goodbye.